From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Friday morning. We're still tracking multiple fires within this viewing area. We'll go ahead and get right into it. We'll just focus on the most pressing fires for right now. And the first one being the Walla Walla River Road fire, which started up yesterday in Umatilla County. This one's now 1,500 acres. Containment is still unknown. Thankfully, we don't have any level 3 evacuations in place with this one, but we do have level 2 evacuations in place for Zone UMC 031 and Zone UMC 077. And then we have a level 1 get ready evacuation in place for UMC 033, And remember, the other day it was just Umatilla County to the south of Interstate 84 that was using the zone system, but now magically it's all of Umatilla County that's using the zone system. So in order to find your zone and to know your zone, type in your address at protect.genesis.com/search, and that would just be for Umatilla County. For the Retreat and Rimrock fire, this thing is growing like crazy. A little bit above 13,000 acres, 0% containment, and lots of evacuations in place for this one, which you can find online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. And we'll discuss more about these fires coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, the Bighorn Fire in Klickitat County is burning over 33,000 acres. We take a look at what firefighters are seeing while trying to battle the fire, also who's being affected. Plus,
the air quality especially bad in Yakima County. I'll tell you why coming up.
And new developments on the mayor of Mabton and the city council's efforts to recall her. What the council says she did to leave them locked out of their own city hall, forcing a council meeting on the lawn. And Vice President Kamala Harris is calling out former President Donald Trump, saying he's now backing out at the chance to debate with her. What both of them are saying about the scheduled debate.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5:02 on Friday, July 26th. Happy Friday to everyone. We have made it to the weekend, and it's a big weekend for Tri-Cities with Water Follies kicking off today. We'll have more coverage on that event later in the newscast. But first, we're going to start off in fire coverage because there are a lot to tell you about. So starting off in Walla Walla, the Powerline Road fire, which is also referred to as the Walla Walla River Road fire, has triggered evacuation levels for people who live in and around Milton Freewater. At last check, the fire is burning 1,500 acres and containment level is unknown. It started around 2 p.m. yesterday, about 10 miles southeast of Walla Walla in Umatilla County. Umatilla County has issued level 2 get set evacuation levels for North Fork of Walla Walla River drainage. Level 2 evacuations are also in place for the area of Spofford Road and Walla Walla River Road, which is where the fire started. In Yakima, the Retreat fire has burned over 13,000 acres about 14 miles southwest of Natchez and has caused widespread evacuation notices in the area. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us it's also caused major disruptions to traffic.
The fire has shut down Highway 12 from the Y all the way up to the summit of White Pass, a big concern for first responders. According to the Natchez Fire Department, the fire is burning down both sides of the highway toward the Y and to the east over the hill towards Tieton in the French Canyon area. Large rocks, snags, and burnt logs have rolled down to block the roadway, and firefighters actively fighting the fire on the highway. That means Natchez Fire, usually the closest agency, won't be able to respond to emergencies up on Rimrock Lake and above. They say, quote, Packwood Fire has been contacted and they are able to assist with calls in that area, but their response time is long, just simply because they have to drive into the area from Packwood. Please be very careful if you are in that area. A temporary flight restriction is also in place, so flying in medical helicopters is a longer process for medical emergencies. More than 100 personnel on scene to fight the fire from the ground and the air.
The National Guard has been mobilized and provided us with an additional Black Hawk helicopter for water drops.
Winds driving the spread of the fire, the area difficult for firefighters to traverse on the ground.
Crews are working as hard as they can within that challenging terrain, utilizing heavy equipment and airdrops. Unfortunately, 2 structures have been lost and crews are actively engaged in structure protection. According
to the Northwest Coordination Center, the fire was human-caused. DNR officials are on scene to investigate. In Natchez, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And continuing in fire coverage, fire investigators are asking for the public's help to locate someone they believe may have important information about the Black Canyon fire. Now, this fire is burning northwest of Natchez and has burned over 11,000 acres. The cause is undetermined, but after speaking to witnesses, officials say they're looking to speak with the driver of an early 90s blue Ford Escort or Mercury Tracer, which was spotted about 7 p.m. Monday in the Black Canyon area, about 20 minutes before the fire started.
Anyone with information or potentially witness to that vehicle in the area, please get a hold of our DNR wildland fire investigators.
You can reach DNR wildland fire investigator Bruce Long at bruce.long@dnr.wa.gov. Now to some of the other fires affecting our region, including air quality, evacuations, and road closures. So let's start over in Klickitat County on the Bighorn Fire. Now this fire has burned nearly 49,000 acres and is 21% contained at this time. This is according to the Southeast Washington Interagency Incident Management Team. Throughout the region, there are evacuation levels of 1, 2, and 3, and we have the updated zones on our website. The evacuation center is located at Patterson Elementary School on Pryor Avenue in Patterson, and it's burned about 4 structures. The cause of this fire is still under investigation. The Lone Rock Fire in Morrow County has now burned more than 136,000 acres and is 40% contained. This fire has also prompted level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation levels. The city of Spray is under level 3 go now evacuations, and Highway 19 has reopened with the pilot car escort. The Durkee Fire is the biggest active wildfire in the U.S. currently. It's located in Baker County and has burned 268,000 acres and is just 20% contained. The fire edge is 7 miles from Baker City, and crews continue to attack from the ground and air in an effort to contain it. All 3 evacuation levels remain throughout the region. You can check back on Apple Valley News Now for the latest information on this fire. Also, a quick reminder, we are on your side throughout fire season 2024. So stay with Apple Valley News Now on air and online for continuing coverage. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure to download our app for alerts so that you know when a fire is near you. The city of Walla Walla is looking for community members to get involved and volunteers in city committees. Now, these commissions and advisory boards are how the city council gets the community's input and perspective on specific projects. The Walla Walla city clerk says any team is better when there's lots of different perspectives and there's a lot to choose from.
There's a wide variety of committees, so something that the person's passionate about, hopefully something they've got some sort of involvement or we always love if somebody has expertise in something.
There are the openings, or these are the openings on your screen now, where the city is looking for applicants at this moment. The Arts Commission has 1 opening for an artist representative. There are 2 positions open on the newly created Lodging Tax Advisory Committee. One represents an organization responsible for collecting the tax, and the other represents an organization eligible to be funded by the tax. One spot is open on the Transportation Benefit District Improvement Committee. This person must live in Walla Walla. Also, the Water and Wastewater Advisory Committee has 2 openings. You can find this application at applevalleynewsnow.com. Also, Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown is well underway, so we're looking for the best restaurant in the area, and this started over 2 weeks ago with 64 restaurants. So after 2 rounds and thousands of votes, there are 16 restaurants left, as chosen by you, our viewers. So round 3 ends Sunday. That's at 8 p.m. So to vote, you can scan the QR code on your screen with your smartphone, or you can visit our website, applevalleynewsnow.com, click on contest and select Restaurant Showdown. After voting, be sure to enter to win a $25 gift card from STCU, and you can find more information on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Coming up next, we first brought you the story of the chaos affecting the city of Mapton as they try to recall their mayor. Well, there's been a new development. We'll tell you all about it. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth will have your weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a few minutes.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the anniversary sale at Furniture Row. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or get 60 months, no interest financing. The anniversary sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Drive into summer with a Honda CR-V and Accord. Your fun-to-drive, weekend getaway vehicles. From Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents pick crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran. Audiologist Jennifer Wright is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Ear, Nose, and Throat Center. Her services include audiological evaluations, hearing aid fittings, pediatric testing, cochlear implants, and more. The effects of hearing loss can often be minimized with the correct diagnoses and proper treatment. To schedule an appointment with audiologist Jennifer Wright, call Prosser Ear, Nose, and Throat Center at 509-786-5599 today. This is how we care.
Well, it's almost election time.
Typical politicians trying to tell us they're conservative.
Yeah, well, that's not Congressman Newhouse. He worked with the liberals to try to remove Trump. And don't get me started on that Sessler.
He's not just a vegan.
Sessler wants a 30% tax on everything we buy.
Even my haircut.
Even my beer. He wants 30% if I want to buy new land.
So the choice is a never Trumper or a vegan.
Tiffany Smiley.
Oh, Smiley's the one.
I really like her.
MWSA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The anniversary sale at Denver Mattress is on now. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $300 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. The anniversary sale only at Denver Mattress.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at applevalleynewsnow.com and our mobile apps. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have multiple air quality alerts that are now on the map, including Benton County. This one's been added. It runs until 5 p.m. this evening. For Yakima County, this goes until further notice. And for Umatilla and Morrow counties, this goes until noon today. And the worst of the worst air quality right now as we speak is on the west side of Yakima. As we're seeing some sensors that are putting the air quality either into the very unhealthy group or the straight up hazardous group. So please sport the N95 mask in this region right here in this part of west central Yakima County. That's where all the thick smoke from the Rimrock and Retreat fires are. And you can see some pretty thick smoke in southern portions of Morrow and Umatilla counties from the Battle Mountain complex, also from the Lone Rock fire. Here's what the smoke and the haze is going to do a little bit later today. You can see it's going to end up being pretty widespread, with the worst air quality still being immediately downwind of those fires in Yakima, Morrow, and Umatilla counties, but also some dangerous air quality for parts of Benton County as well. Into tomorrow, looks like the setup is going to be the same, if not a little less smoke or haze, but that's really splitting hairs. And I think this is going to be the big feature of the Tri-Cities water follies. Here's your hour by hour for today for the Tri-Cities. Nice temperatures, that's the upside, but the downside is, of course, the haze. And it does look like, unfortunately, that temperatures eventually are going to go back up. I'll tell you when and just how hot coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And we have new updates this morning on the situation in Mabton. Its own residents have called it out of control. So we broke the news last month about a city employee arrested on suspicion of first-degree theft after she was accused of stealing $22,000 from the city in a fake robbery scheme. A prosecutor declined to file charges against that employee pending further investigation. But her boyfriend's brother, 26-year-old Benjamin Moreno, has been arrested and charged with second-degree robbery and first-degree theft. At a heated council meeting, the mayor refused to step down amid accusations from council that she's failed in her job duties, including having the city operating illegally without a budget for all of this year. Also refusing to answer questions from Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell. Every council member except for the mayor's mother signed a petition to recall the mayor, a process that's now moving through Yakima County Superior Court. But wait, there's more. So coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, you'll only see it here. The council called for a special meeting to discuss new accusations against the mayor last night inside council chambers. To find out what the mayor allegedly did, leaving the city council to meet out on the lawn out front. That's coming up. Also coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the FBI is still investigating the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. We have the latest when we come back.
Whether you're looking for your dream car or just looking for something simple, we got you covered. We normally have anywhere between about 400 to 600 pre-owned vehicles in stock.
Every one of our dealerships has a shop in the same premises. Every car you are taking home was fully inspected by us.
It's really easy for us to actually find something that works for each individual customer.
McCurley certified means your vehicle meets a higher standard.
Find your way home in a Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Mazda.
And now for something totally different. Hi, it's Carrie Isaacson, and I'm running for the Senate seat from the 16th District. I'm standing up for our way of life in this part of Southeast Washington, in our towns, suburbs, and farms. Ballots are due August 6th. You were sent one. Use it. Please vote for me. Visit my website at electcarrieIsaacson.com. Thanks.
Paid for by Elect Carrie Isaacson, Democrat.
Oh, the kids? At your parents'. I ate an hour ago because you completely forgot about the anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Get up to $300 off our Doctor's Choice lineup and check out the Summit Queen. Easy on the wallet for only $349.99. Purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. The anniversary sale only at Denver Mattress.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your community Chevy dealers.
Communist China poses an economic and national security threat to America.
And Dan Newhouse is the leader in Congress fighting for our security.
Dan stood up to Communist China and wrote the bill to stop them from buying up American farms and ranches.
And Dan's working to secure the border and stop the flow of deadly Chinese fentanyl through Mexico and into our communities.
Where Joe Biden fails us, Dan Newhouse fights for us.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message to stand up to Communist China and to secure our border.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In political news this morning, FBI investigators are still examining evidence from the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump earlier this month. FBI officials say it's devoting resources to its ongoing investigation of the attack at the Pennsylvania rally. The FBI's shooting reconstruction team continues to examine bullet fragments and other evidence from the shooting. The FBI says since the day of the attack, it has been consistent and clear that the shooting was an attempted assassination of Trump. According to a U.S. official, the agency is also seeking to interview Trump to obtain a victim statement. During Wednesday's House Judiciary hearing on Capitol Hill, the FBI director shared new details with lawmakers about Trump's would-be assassin. It showed the shooter searched for details of the John F. Kennedy shooting from his laptop. Vice President Kamala Harris says she's ready to take on Donald Trump on the debate stage, but she says he's backpedaling after initially agreeing to it. She says she's willing to participate in the September 10th ABC debate the Biden-Trump campaigns previously agreed to. Earlier this week, Trump says he wants to debate the newly appointed Democratic presidential nominee, but he adds he hasn't agreed to anything yet. Harris did not touch on whether she would take part in the debate proposed by Fox News on September 17th. Actress Jennifer Aniston is criticizing former President Trump's running mate for comments he made in the past about women without children. Back in 2021, Vance criticized what he called, quote, childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives. Aniston shared a screenshot of it on social media this week and also criticized his stance on reproductive rights, saying she prays that Vance's daughter is fortunate enough to bear children of her own one day. She added that she hopes she doesn't need IVF because he's, quote, trying to take that away from her too. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're so close to the official start of the Paris Olympics, so we take a look at how security is handling things over there. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Summer is here, and it's the best time of year to get a new zero-turn mower from Husqvarna. Husqvarna Zero Turns can tackle any job with commercial quality and professional performance. Wide cutting decks, high cutting speeds, and durable construction are great reasons to choose Husqvarna. But there's more. Now we're offering new warranties up to 5 years and low monthly payment financing that makes choosing a Husqvarna Zero-Turn mower better than ever. Visit Liberty Lawn and Saw in West Richland or online at libertylawnandsaw.com.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results-oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Take good care of you, Bruce Heating and Air.
Warning, if you or a loved one is considering a Subaru Crosstrek from McCurley Subaru, know that it may cause sudden urges to explore the great outdoors, cruise with the windows down, or explore off the beaten path. Common side effects include appreciation of spacious interiors, advanced tech features, and the ability to fit all your wild ideas. Consult your sense of adventure before driving and find out why the Crosstrek is perfect for you at McCurley Subaru.
Find your way home in a new Crosstrek for only $329 a month.
Join us during the Anniversary Truckload event. Our showrooms are overflowing with truckloads of top-tier product. Get this triple power reclining fabric sofa available in 2 colors with the convenience of a cup holder and USB port on both fully reclining ends for only $14.95. Or get this gorgeous leather reclining sofa with cup holders, USB charging station, LED lighting, and built-in sound system available in 3 colors for only $24.95. Only while supplies last and only at More Furniture.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is still a very smoky scene this morning in Yakima, especially on the west end of town. So it doesn't even really matter if you're in one of those sensitive groups or not. You have to sport the N95 mask as you're headed out the front door. And just for good measure, we'll show this again as we do have an air quality alert in place until further notice for Yakima County, until 5 p.m. this evening for Benton County, and until noon today for Umatilla and Morrow counties. Okay, a little bit later today, the temperatures are going to be nice. Of course, the air quality maybe not so nice, but the temperatures will be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Most of us ending up in the 80s. Winds should be pretty light for most, although they could be variable and gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. And then for tonight, we'll have northwesterly wind gusts in the Kittitas Valley, upwards of 20 miles per hour. Elsewhere, light winds, and we'll continue to have more hazy conditions and more brisk conditions too. Temperatures in the 50s for tonight. Into Saturday will be a little bit warmer, closer to average, and we'll keep things fairly seasonal through about Wednesday. But here we go again, folks. Another bout of heat. Maybe another bout of triple-digit temperatures as we head into the end of next week. Also, we're tracking these little thunderstorm chances for Monday through Thursday. Tuesday right now looks like the most favorable day for thunderstorm development. Looks like the most favorable day for lightning over dry fuels. So in turn, it would be the most favorable day for fire starts. Of course, we'll keep very close tabs on that risk. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We do have that air quality advisory until 5 p.m. for this evening. Pretty seasonal through Wednesday, back up around 100 for Thursday. For Yakima, terrible air quality until further notice. Good temperatures, though, at least through Wednesday. And then we do have some thunderstorm chances for Monday and Tuesday. For Hermiston, we'll have highs around 90 through Wednesday, near 95 for Thursday, and then a decent dose of smoke or haze for the foreseeable future. Finally, for Walla Walla, we'll have hazy/smoky conditions in the foothills for the next couple of days at least. 80s through Wednesday, mid-90s for Thursday, and watching that thunderstorm chance specifically for Tuesday.
Thank you, Josh. And we're just hours away from the official opening of the Paris Olympics, and security is tight. 45,000 police officers and 10,000 soldiers are there protecting participants and spectators. Reporter Inez de la Cuetera says this is an excitement, or there is excitement in the air for the official start. Take a look.
Starting in ancient Olympia, Greece, on April 16th, the torch was ignited right where the very first games were held, before leaving Athens and crossing the Mediterranean, making a grand entrance into the French port of Marseille aboard a historic ship. From there, it embarked on its very own Tour de France, from the French Riviera, where it was passed on underwater, to the highest peaks of the snow-covered Alps. There were chateaux along the way, a visit with the Prince of Monaco, even a red carpet moment at the Cannes Film Festival. By June, it was flying around the world to visit distant French territories like French Guiana, all the way to French Polynesia. Crossing the Atlantic on one of the world's fastest sailboats, the relay eventually making its way back to mainland France in time for Bastille Day celebrations, stopping by all the famous sites in Paris, from the Louvre Museum to Versailles, a monumental effort with the flame traveling through over 400 cities, relayed to more than 10,000 torchbearers. Inez de la Cuetera, ABC News, Paris.
Touching on security for just a moment, France's State Railways Company says there were several coordinated malicious acts, including arson, that targeted high-speed train lines overnight. They say the sabotage has disrupted travel and damaged several facilities, and 800,000 travelers may be affected. Officials say the massive attack was aimed at paralyzing the high-speed line network, and the train lines will be disrupted through the weekend. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30.
I'm Monica Ledesma with Apple Valley News Now. Coming up, find out what inspired Lindsay to fly an A-10 aircraft and when you can catch her in action this weekend at Water Follies. All that and more coming up.
Plus, a new housing complex in the Southridge neighborhood is now being worked on. We've got what the building will entail, and here's a hint, a year-round food truck pavilion. Keep it here to find out. First things first, though, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, video game performers are on strike. SAG-AFTRA has halted all work over AI protection concerns impacting voice and motion capture actors at companies like Activision, EA, and Insomniac Games. The strike began after a year and a half of failed negotiations. Next, WhatsApp now has 100 million monthly users in the United States and has surpassed 2 billion users globally. WhatsApp's growth has been attributed to its seamless international messaging. Finally, General Motors has unveiled its most powerful Corvette yet. The 2025 Corvette ZR1 will have a twin turbocharged V8 engine producing over 1,000 horsepower. The hypercar has a top speed of at least 215 miles per hour. Pricing details will be announced closer to when the car goes on sale next year. I'm Andrea Fujii. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
I'll give you $574 if you switch.
For Gerald?
Well, okay. So what about $574 for switching your home insurance to Allstate?
Well, I try not to think about home insurance too complicated.
Actually, Allstate can handle the switching for you. Just call them.
It's that easy to save?
Yep. And you get Allstate.
Oh, well, that's a step up. Goodbye, Gerald.
Check Allstate first and you could save hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
You are bountiful. Your skeleton can support 2 times your weight. It's in your nature to stand strong. Supplement your bones with high-absorption magnesium. Nature's bounty. It's in your nature.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Josh, it's no secret the haze yesterday was crazy. Is it going to be like that today? I know the smoke was affecting me. I was coughing a little bit. I know other people were feeling it too. Were you kind of feeling it?
A little crazy, a little hazy.
Yeah.
I see what you were trying to do there. Yeah, it is going to be just about as bad for today. It looks just about as bad this morning in Yakima. We'll go ahead and take a look at that view coming atop of Tannum Ridge. Now, it looks a little better, but that's really splitting hairs. It still looks pretty bad, and there are a ton of air quality sensors in the West Valley that are showing air quality that's up into the unhealthy to very unhealthy category, if not in the hazardous category. So please, you have to sport the N95 mask out that way. Doesn't even matter if you're in one of those sensitive groups or not. Okay, on to temperatures now. It's a little brisk out there, 40s and 50s, 47 for Walla Walla, 50 for Tri-Cities, 50 for Yakima. I think most of us would probably need a light jacket for this morning, and you'll probably continue to need one until about the 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock hour within the Tri-Cities. After that, it's going to be t-shirt weather, as it will be a warm day, but it's actually going to be pretty cool for this time of the year. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year, but we will turn a bit hotter towards the end of next week. Also eyeballing some thunderstorm chances for next week, which will up the fire danger, of course. But even for today, fire fuels are pretty dry. I'll show you just how dry they are coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Continuing coverage on some of the other fires that are affecting our region. This includes air quality, evacuations, and road closures. So let's start over in Klickitat County on the Bighorn Fire. Now, this fire has burned nearly 49,000 acres and is 21% contained at this time. That's according to the Southeast Washington Interagency Incident Management Team. Throughout the region, there are evacuation levels of 1, 2, and 3. We have the updated zones on our website. The evacuation center is located at Patterson Elementary School on Pryor Avenue, and the fire has burned about 4 structures. The cause is still under investigation. Fire investigators are asking for the public's help to locate someone they believe may have important information about the Black Canyon fire. The fire is burning northwest of Natchez and has burned over 11,000 acres. The cause is undetermined, but after speaking to witnesses, officials say they're looking to speak with the driver of an early 90s blue Ford Escort or Mercury Tracer. It was spotted about 7 p.m. Monday in the Black Canyon area, about 20 minutes before the fire started. You can reach DNR Wildland Fire Investigator Bruce Long at bruce.long@dnr.wa.gov. The Lone Rock Fire in Morrow County has now burned more than 136,000 acres and is 40% contained. This fire has also prompted level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation levels. The city of Spray is under level 3 go now evacuations. Highway 19 has reopened with the pilot car escort. The Durkee Fire is the biggest active wildfire in the United States currently. It's located in Baker County and has burned 268,000 acres and is just 20% contained. The fire edge is 7 miles from Baker City, and crews continue to attack from the ground and air in an effort to contain it. All 3 evacuation levels remain throughout the region. You can check on our website for the latest information on this fire. The Powerline Road Fire, which is also referred to as the Walla Walla River Road Fire, has triggered evacuation levels for people who live in and around Milton Freewater. At last check, the fire is burning 1,500 acres and containment level is unknown. This started around 2 p.m. yesterday, about 10 miles southeast of Walla Walla in Umatilla County. Umatilla County has issued level 2 get set evacuation levels. This is for North Fork of Walla Walla River drainage, also for the area of Spofford Road and Walla Walla River Road, which is where the fire started. Now to a follow-up in Walla Walla, we told you City Council did vote to approve changes to the rules about sleeping on downtown sidewalks. So council members unanimously approved a proposal to ban people from sleeping on downtown sidewalks between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. from April to October. And we're told those hours change from 9 to 5 in March and November. Also 9 to 4 during the winter, as long as shelter space is available. Also in Walla Walla, the city has decided to wait on deciding whether to charge people extra to pay with plastic. Right now, there's no charge to use a credit card or debit card to pay utility bills, recreation fees for things like youth sports, pool admission, and much more. But somebody has to pay a processing fee every time you pay with the credit card rather than cash or a check. And right now in Walla Walla, officials say those fees are costing the city hundreds of thousands of dollars every year.
If we wanted to break even, how much would the percentage fee we'd have to charge on utilities be?
Approximately 5.7%.
I'm very supportive of a fee, but if we're going above 2%, boy, that's going to take some convincing.
I'm in favor of doing as much percentage to recoup exactly what our costs are, because I think it's unfair to the taxpayers to supplement people who are using the credit cards.
Officials say more than half the money coming into the city last year was from credit or debit card payments, but the associated fees cost the city nearly $1 million. Again, the council decided last night to wait on making any changes. The Tri-City Water Follies kicks off today. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma has information on how the airshow pilot navigates through smoky skies and also how flying has a special place in her heart.
Water Follies is here, and I was able to speak with this year's A-10 aircraft pilot, which is her first year flying for the Water Follies show. This is what inspired her to fly.
I wanted to be flying an airplane that supported the men and women on the ground. So its primary mission is close air support, and having a dad and a brother that served in the Army, it was something that was like near and dear to my heart.
Major Lindsay Johnson, the A-10 demo team commander and pilot, says she will be flying all 3 days of the event. And with these smoky skies from fires from around the region, this is how she determines if it's okay to take off.
Really, the biggest thing for us, for me to be able to go fly, I need to have at least 1,500 feet ceilings to be above 1,500 feet. At least 3 miles of visibility, and I need a discernible horizon. So that's the hard part with fires like this, is the discernible horizon. So I'm hoping, at least based off what I've seen forecast-wise, that we've got a good weekend ahead of us.
This is also the last year that the A-10 aircraft will be part of the Water Follies Air Show. The reason for that is that the Air Force is retiring the A-10 as a demo plane. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma for Good Morning Northwest.
Thank you, Monique. And more on Water Follies weekend. Washington State Patrol says it'll increase patrols in both Benton and Franklin counties due to more events in the area. The emphasis will focus on speeding, DUI, aggressive driving, distracted driving, and seatbelt compliance. Additional troopers will surround the area of Columbia Park, and State Patrol will be utilizing aircrafts, motorcycles, and unmarked patrol cars. In more community news, a new complex in the Southridge neighborhood is now official. So work at the site is already underway across the street from Southridge High School and Trios Hospital. The complex will hold 126 apartments, 20 townhomes, and multiple amenities. The townhomes will be live-work residences where you can live above a commercial space. A year-round food truck pavilion is planned, and it's open to the public. About 75% of the subcontractors are local, and organizers say they have worked closely with the community.
We have a great relationship with the high school. We're working with a hospital right now. Everybody's just been wide open, fantastic to work with.
Organizers say they choose to include more green spaces rather than more apartments. The first apartments are expected to open in the summer of 2025. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the wildfire smoke isn't just affecting people in our region, where other parts of the country are getting air quality alerts. Also, we check in with Josh on how things are looking right here. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Round 3 voting is now open in Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
You know the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, it doesn't have to be an apple. Wellness looks different for everyone. It looks like this, and this, and whatever this is. It's really that simple. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, where do I sign up for this? All that matters is you're taking a step towards the healthier you, inside and out. Find your apple.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
You wouldn't buy a car without a test drive.
So why buy a mattress in a box from an online marketing company without ever knowing if it's right for you?
Don't go through the hassle of returning a mattress when you can get it right the first time.
Mattress Depot USA has top quality mattresses that you can actually touch and feel.
Made by local manufacturers.
You're gonna love our prices.
And same-day delivery. Try getting that online.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents picked crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected.
Which is ironic.
Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is definitely some jacket weather out there for this morning as we're seeing 40s up and down the Kittitas Valley, mid-50s there in Vantage, and then down into the Yakima Valley. We're also tracking 40s, but some 50s mixed in, 51 for Union Gap, 50 officially in Yakima. And then for the lower Columbia Basin in Benton and Franklin counties, we're also tracking some 40s and 50s, also right at 50 officially in the Tri-Cities. Then for the foothills of the Blue Mountains, also 40s and 50s, but up into the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, we're looking at 30s, 32 for Meacham, 39 for Ukiah. A little bit later today, it is going to be day one of the Tri-Cities Water Follies. It's going to be up around 90, a couple degrees from 90 degrees in the Tri-Cities. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. So the temperatures will cooperate, but the air quality not so much, as we still have an air quality alert in place for Benton County until 5 p.m. this evening. So if you're a part of one of those sensitive groups and if you're going to be out at the Water Follies for today, maybe sport an N95 mask. Okay, on to today's fire fuel energy in terms of historical percentiles, up into the 88th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima counties, up into the 91st percentile for the lower Columbia Basin, and up into the 95th percentile for the Blue Mountains. So this atmosphere is still supercharged, and it is conducive for fires to start and spread very rapidly. And this is going to be compounded by the fact that temperatures are going up into next week. I'll tell you just how hot coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Well, there's no doubt the air quality is decreasing due to fires in our region, but it's also affecting people throughout the United States, triggering air quality alerts in multiple states. Evacuation orders are in place due to the Park Fire in California. More than 100,000 acres are burning in its wake, and it's spreading quickly. Officials say they believe the blaze began with arson. Meanwhile, in Alberta, Canada, a different fire has damaged up to half the tourist town of Jasper. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we kick off your morning sprint with the top 5 things you need to know today, and also this story, how the Barbie movie is increasing a surge for gynecology. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
As a mother and community leader, I know what it means to work hard and make tough decisions. Como miembro de nuestra comunidad, I've seen firsthand the challenges we face. We need affordable groceries, quality healthcare, and safety in our neighborhoods. I am committed to listening and working for everyone in our community. Juntos podemos crear un futuro mejor para el 14th District. I am Ana Ruiz Kennedy. Echémosle ganas. I'll be honored to earn your vote.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
Exmark mowers were born to deliver legendary reliability, signature cut quality, and stubborn durability that refuses to give in. Because like you, Exmark mowers were built for this. Save big on Exmark Vertex mowers. Take advantage of instant rebates and bonus fleet discounts for a limited time only.
Experience the difference. Liberty Lawn & Saw on Van Giesen in West Richland.
Tiffany Smiley is not who she says she is.
Tiffany Smiley started a PAC claiming to raise money to support conservative candidates, but contributions were funneled to pay off her own $1 million campaign debt.
Of the almost $800,000 she raised, only $24,800 went to candidates. Instead, Tiffany used the money on luxury travel and to try to pay off her massive debt.
Tiffany Smiley deceived her donors. Don't let her deceive you.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Tonight, Susan Powell was a young, beautiful mother. She just one night vanished. Josh, did you kill your wife? I'll never forget the first time that I met him. A chill raced up my spine. I just shook the hand of the killer.
2020, tonight on ABC.
Any
food in your mouth, I find enraging.
Can you chew? We can turn your mic all the way up so we can...
You can take his mic off and let him chew outside.
Yeah.
Next live, Kieran Shipka. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Stacy Lee, KapKVU First Alert Weather. Watch weeknights. Now, the morning sprint.
It's now time for your morning sprint in this 5 o'clock hour, starting off with the top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. So number 1, there are several fires burning throughout our region. Many of these fires have evacuation levels at 1, 2, and 3, as well as routes and roads that are closed. To stay updated on what's happening, go to applevalleynewsnow.com or download our app. And we'll continue to have updates throughout the day. Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz will meet with the local fire officials at the site of the Black Canyon fire in Natchez today. Franz will tour the site, meet with DNR officials, local fire crews, and update the press on the status of the area's wildfires. And we'll have more on Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6 with the message she's bringing to Yakima and the state of Washington. The Tri-City Water Follies kicks off today at Columbia Park. This year's Apollo Columbia Cup will mark the 59th time unlimited hydroplanes have raced on the Columbia River. Throughout the weekend, the STCU Over the River Air Show will also take place. BFT is also offering free shuttle service, and you can find all those details on applevalleynewsnow.com. Washington State Patrol troopers will be increasing their patrols as the Water Follies gets underway. WSP says it'll increase coverage for Benton and Franklin counties through the end of the weekend. The emphasis will focus on speeding, DUI, aggressive driving, distracted driving, and seatbelt compliance. Additional troopers will surround the area of Columbia Park. Also in Richland at Howard Amon Park, it's the 2024 Art in the Park Festival. So artists from around the country will showcase their latest work and have items for sale. There's live music from local artists, gourmet food from award-winning food trucks, sculpture gardens, and much more. BFT is also providing shuttle service to this park.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
We're just going to keep hounding this view of Yakima top Tannum Ridge because it is a view worth taking in, as there is a lot of thick smoke that is pouring into the Yakima Valley right now. There is an air quality alert in place for Yakima County until further notice. This is going to hinge on containment of those area fires. But for Benton County, this runs until 5 p.m. this evening, and for Umatilla and Morrow counties, this runs until noon today. So we only have a few more hours to go, but sometimes the Oregon DEQ will kick the can down the road. So we'll see what they decide to do. Okay, for today, obviously we've established the haze and the smoke. It's also going to be a comfortable day in terms of temperatures. Air quality not so good, but temperature is good, as will be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Most of us in the 80s, pretty light winds for most spots, although they could be variable and gusting up to 20 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. Now for tonight, the winds will shift out of the north and west, still gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, they should be pretty light. We'll still have the same haze and smoke situation. And overnight lows will be just about as cool as what we're seeing for this morning, with overnight lows mostly being in the 50s. We should be a little bit warmer for Saturday, closer to seasonal values. That'll last through Wednesday. But look at this. Here comes trouble again. We'll be back up around 100 by the time we get to Thursday. And also, we're tracking more trouble in the way of thunderstorm chances from Monday through Thursday. It looks like Tuesday is probably the most favorable day for lightning. That would be over dry fuels, and that would mean that there's going to be the potential once again for more fire starts. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We have an air quality alert until 5 p.m. for this evening, but pretty seasonal through Wednesday, back up around 100 for Thursday. For Yakima, terrible air quality until further notice. We have good temperatures, though, through Wednesday at least, and then that thunderstorm chance for Monday and Tuesday. For Hermiston, we'll have highs around 90 through Wednesday, near 95 for Thursday, and then a decent dose of smoke and haze for the foreseeable future. Then for Walla Walla, will be hazy/smoky in the foothills for the next couple of days at least. 80s through Wednesday, mid-90s for Thursday, and watching that thunderstorm chance and that fire start potential for Tuesday.
International headlines now. FBI investigators are still examining evidence from the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. The FBI continues to examine bullet fragments and other evidence from the shooting. It says since the day of the attack, it has been investigating the shooting as an attempted assassination. The agency is also wanting to interview Trump to obtain a victim statement. Two leaders of a notorious Mexican drug cartel, El Mayo and one of El Chapo's sons, have been arrested by U.S. officials. The two are accused of trafficking fentanyl across the U.S. The two men are known to be two of the top leaders of Mexico's Sinaloa cartel. In your business headlines this morning, Southwest Airlines will soon have assigned seats for the first time in company history. The company says 80% of its customers and 86% of potential customers prefer assigned seating. The airline says it'll also start offering overnight red-eye flights for the first time. The premium seats will not be available until 2025. People aren't popping champagne bottles like they used to. The world's leading luxury group, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, reported a 15% drop in champagne sales for the first half of 2024. LVMH executives blame unhappy customers. They said maybe the current global situation with politics and the economy could be a factor. Moving to health headlines now, a new study finds the HPV vaccination prevented more than 680 cancers and more than 23,000 cases of high-risk precursors to cervical cancer in women from 2006 to 2020. HPV is spread through intimate skin-to-skin contact and causes cancers of the mouth, throat, and reproductive systems of both men and women. The CDC recommends the HPV vaccine for children 11 or 12 years old and for everyone through age 26 if not adequately vaccinated when younger. A new study shows the ending of the 2023 film Barbie influenced online search interest in terms around gynecology. The study authors found in the week following the film's release, there was a roughly 51% increase in searches for gynecologist and gynecology. The researchers also examined the influence for the search of gynecologist definition combined with related queries like what does a gynecologist do? And that category saw a 154% increase when compared with definition searches from the previous week. Now in sports news this morning, the Summer Olympics are finally here. So the opening ceremony is kicking off today, carrying the flag for Team USA, three-time Olympian LeBron James and women's flag bearer, reigning U.S. Open champion and star tennis player Coco Gauff. French officials plan to have more than 35,000 police officers deployed each day for the Olympics, and France has called in for backup from more than 40 countries to help keep the city safe through the Games. And winners at the 2024 Summer Olympics Games in Paris will bring home a piece of history. Each medal features a piece of the Eiffel Tower's original iron structure. Following renovation work during the 20th century, certain metallic elements were removed from the landmark and were carefully preserved. They have now been repurposed to create the medal's hexagonal centerpiece. All right, it's now time for some trending headlines. So Josh, check this one out. It's the end of an era for the Piano Man. 75-year-old Billy Joel performed his final show at New York City's Madison Square Garden last night. Well, the concert marked his 150th show at the venue and wrapped up Joel's 10-year residency at the arena. Are you familiar with him?
Am I familiar with Billy Joel?
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not, so I had to ask. I mean, I guess I know a couple songs.
You know a couple songs?
Yeah.
As long as you know of him.
Okay, yeah.
And you know.
I know the name.
Like Piano Man's probably, or We Didn't Start the Fire.
There we go. I'm not that lame.
Oh, okay, Jessica, how about this one? A battle over the origin of Flamin' Hot Cheetos has broken out into a fiery legal fight. Richard Montanez says he invented the spicy red snack flavor more than 3 decades ago while he was a factory janitor. However, Frito-Lay, the company that makes Cheetos, denies that claim. Montanez filed a 62-page defamation lawsuit accusing executives of those companies of lying about his creation.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like a Netflix movie in the making.
You think so?
A documentary, yeah.
Yeah.
They always make documentaries about this. I want to know now.
What would the title of it be? Like Up in
Flamin'
Flames?
Hot.
Flamin' Hot. I think those are...
Going up in flames, that's a good one.
I think those were both excellent choices.
All right, well, coming up in our next hour, our own Emily Goodell says Mapton's mayor is causing mayhem in the city. Why city council members were forced outside to hold a meeting. Plus, we take a look at some of the bigger wildfires affecting our region. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. We'll see you back here at 6.